I hate with all my heart finishing games. Sometimes at least, not always, I swear. But give me a chance to tell you and to try to explain you why I feel this way. Like I said in my first video, my relationship with gaming changed a lot in the past few years. And I was obsessed with competitive games. It could be anything from hero shooter, MOBAs. Honestly, I was even ready to get into farming simulator esports. That's how bad it was, honestly. And by the way, go check it out because it looks actually really fun. I never had a chance to try it, but I just thought about it. The only thing I needed, truly, and I hate myself for saying this, is just a game that had a leaderboard. It could be any kind of leaderboard or any kind of ranking system, I would say. And during one of my many why am I even playing this stupid game? It's not even fun. It's just making me miserable phase. I downloaded a game called Tunic. I think at least that's how you pronounce it. I hope so. This game will always have a special place in my heart, but I will talk about that in another video because it's another interesting story and thoughts that I would like to share with you. But I can remember pretty well that it was really popular on Twitch for a while. I think as soon as it got out, the static art direction was really cool and mainly cute. And it looked really interesting. I was just desperate, honestly, and I think, in one of the worst moments in my relationship with gaming. I hated playing. I was always in a bad mood. If I played competitive games, for obvious reasons, and so I said, look, it's on Game Pass. It's not that big of a game. The size of the file, I mean, and I'll just install it and give it a try and let's see what happens. Well, here we are. It was amazing. It was an amazing, fun, and relaxing and challenging game to play for different reasons. And if you never played it, well, without trying to spoiler too much, because I really would love for you to try it if you didn't. You are this little fox and you fight monsters and explore. But the cool thing about all of this is that you have no clue of what you're doing in this world and why are you fighting these monsters and what are you supposed to do. No clue at all. The only thing you have is a manual. Like those ones that they used to put in every video game box and then just stopped being there. Think there is no game that comes with a manual anymore. And yeah, you have a little manual, but there is a catch. Well, the text in this manual is written in a language you don't understand, and the only way to understand it is by trying to decipher it yourself. And try to decipher it with the help of the illustrations you find on those pages. But wait, you know what's even better? You don't have all the pages and you have to find them yourself, and that's a main reason of why you explore and go around this world and try to find all the pages to try to understand the world better. And as you can tell, I really liked it. It was really, really fun. And trying to find the pages first, then try to decipher them. Most of the time I couldn't. Guess I'm not that smart. And yeah, I just found myself basically playing for around 13 hours. And I was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be just for like 3 hours of gaming and that's it. And I remember entering in a certain part of the world and I get excited because I can feel I'm going towards the end. It's finishing. Yeah, we're going towards the end. And I'm super happy, excited, beat this final level without spoiling. And that feeling kind of made me feel a little bit like a Souls-like sometimes. It was kind of hard, like the fighting, and so I was screaming, I was excited, I was happy. Yeah, it felt honestly amazing. But then the final cutscene comes and I felt, I don't know how to describe that sound. Yeah, I felt a bit frustrated. I wasn't happy with the final cutscene, let's say, the end of the game. And this feeling, I had it so many times and I hated it. It makes me feel like I don't want to finish a game because I scared that I will be disappointed by the end I will get. Especially lately, many games try to sell you this idea of like, oh, you have infinite possibilities, you can have millions of endings. And I can understand that this type of idea could work in many games, especially role-playing games. That's the main reason. You have to have choice. And because you have choice, then you have consequences. And consequences then can affect the ending of a certain video game. But I felt sometimes that I don't want to finish my games, especially the ones that I'm really enjoying. And this happened so many times that it became actually an inside joke between me and my best friend. And it happened to me in Lies of P. Not gonna spoiler the ending, but I got one and felt disappointed after loving that game and playing it for so many hours. But the worst of the worst, honestly, was, I was playing The Witcher 3 after pouring 50 or 40, I don't remember, hours. I got an ending that I felt it was just so bad. And they say when you go on YouTube, you can find bad ending, good ending. And I always thought that refers to if a good ending is good, like morally good, or a bad ending is morally bad. But I'm starting to think that sometimes the good ending is just the good written one. And I feel the bad endings tend to be secondary endings that they just made up without giving too much thinking. I felt they are not bad because they're morally bad, but because they are bad written, in my personal opinion. What I hate about this experiences that I had with gaming is that I felt most of the time when I got this so-called bad endings, I was trying to roleplay as the character I was playing. So I was not trying to roleplay as me or Shala playing this character and imagining that I was the character, but for example, in The Witcher 3 I was trying to play as Geralt of Rivia and trying to roleplay and do what he would do and how he would behave with the people and the relationship he has with all these different characters. And because this happened so many times to me on different games, I honestly started to think I don't like the idea of freedom in video games, freedom of choice, at least as a player. I started to feel that I really prefer having a more guided and curated video game or story, because I feel a video game is a medium and they are hopefully telling us a really amazing and interesting story to us players. And the fact that they try to sell us for some reason, well, the reason is that people love having freedom of choice in video games, but I feel that can sometimes destroy a well narrated and curated story, and it will destroy it on the last second of the last cutscene. I have a not so great memory of The Witcher 3 because of the ending I got. And I was especially disappointed because I felt I was trying to play and do what Geralt would have done. And so why would I have to be punished with a so-called bad ending? That it's not that it's a bad ending because it's morally bad, but I felt it was just bad neatly written and just a fast way to give me you didn't do what we wanted you to do, and so you get this other ending that makes the story a bit weird and lets you with a sense of that's it. I don't know. So I don't like this idea, as you can tell, of players having this much freedom of choice, not at least always, and especially to video games that have less amount of hours and probably also less people working on it, that you don't need the player to choose. Sometimes I feel that it would be better just for you to tell me the story you want to tell, and I will accept it how it comes. But like I said, I know this doesn't mean having multiple endings on a video game equals to having an awful game. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But like I said in my first video, and I'll leave it here if you missed it, this channel wants to be a place where I can share some of my thoughts that may be a little bit of controversial, I would say, and in the hope that it can spark a conversation. And maybe you could tell me if you ever had or felt this way, and if you did, in which game, and if you agree that, like I said, in my personal opinion, having multiple choices, multiple ending, this multiple variable, it doesn't always mean that it's something good, that it's something positive. Sometimes I want to be guided. Sometimes I just want to hear a good story. Sometimes I just want you to tell me how the story is supposed to go. Yeah. So thank you for listening to this longer thought of mine, and let me know if you liked it, and if there's anything I could do better or differently. I open to any kind of feedback, even if it scares me a lot, but I'm here for that. And thank you for listening, and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.